Now, the 10 cents that you pay at the counter for every bottle and can you buy doesn't help as much as you think. They paid 10 cents for the product, so they have to send these returns back out to get the money back. Sorting through all these, well, that's a problem on its own. 2 years ago, the office brought in 718 reports, but last year, almost 1,200. And if you look deeper at those numbers, you'll see that after the Nassar testimony in January, through the growth of the Me Too movement in the spring, the office received 783 reports. That's more than the entire previous year. So Kent says there's a connection. Lansing area kids ages 0 to 12 have 10,000 opportunities to get these eggs. Over 500 educators from around the state met here at the Lansing Center and then marched down to the state capitol to deliver 17,000 signed petitions demanding action. Coming up on Focal Point, I'll tell you why you might not need to pay 10 cents anymore for each one of these. Coming up on Focal Point, find out how this yearly tradition has kids hopping for eggs.
Thank you for coming.
They all found themselves in the same place.
It didn't really hit me at first.
They just had to be here.
So we knew that we wanted to honor the victims in some way.
A candlelight vigil to honor the 11 people who died in Squirrel Hill.
When an event like this happens, it really feels like the world should stop for a few moments.
David Middleman knows that neighborhood well.
Walking to and from on Murray and Forbes Street.
Grew up just around the block from the Tree of Life Synagogue.
I was familiar with all the names, having been raised in Squirrel Hill, spending the first 21 years of my life there.
He left Squirrel Hill for Lansing, but his heart is still in Pittsburgh tonight.
One owns a pharmacy, a compounding pharmacy, and she was just too distraught to even go in to her pharmacy today.
The MSU Halal Jewish Student Center brought 250 people together.
I really do think it means a lot for the community. It gives a place for the community to go, a place to feel safe, and a place to really honor the victims in the best way that we can.
This is how people across the country are dealing with this tragedy.
It was very difficult to wrap my head around.
They're coming together, just trying to understand.
We did nothing wrong. We want to be good, nice, welcoming. My question is, why?
In East Lansing, I'm Michael Epps, Focal Point News.
People had kids in BBYO.
1,000 students attend Olivet College. 2/3 of them are athletes.
Oh yeah, I'm so red. Yep.
At first glance, 3 of them might look like they don't belong. Oops. But they most certainly do.
He loves it. Yes. Yeah. He's just one of the guys. There's a height difference, obviously.
All 3 linked together by challenges. Not in sports, but in life. Aiden and Leanna and Vincent battle cancer, too.
She is actually still on chemotherapy, so it's still present. It probably will never be gone, but it is stable right now.
Team Impact is an organization that takes children struggling with life-threatening illnesses and pairs them with college sports teams.
Being part of the team, I think for him was like, wow, really? I get to do that?
They get their own signing day, just like the players.
Oh, she loved it. She loved the camera being there, and she thought she was famous.
And for Aiden, he joined more than just the sports team.
It's kind of like playing with nicer kids with me, because every boy at my school is mean to me.
Why is that?
I don't know.
He's been having a lot of bullying issues at school right now, and it meant a lot to him. When he came home from school the other day having a bullying issue, he immediately wanted to video chat them.
They don't make fun of my clothing. They don't say mean words to me. They're better of a friend.
They may know a lot about sports, but this is an opportunity to learn more about life.
Because he's been around a group of guys that really are willing to work hard, and with the hard work rate and having Aiden on the team, I think that's really kind of boosted his morale and our morales, and I just think it's really important that he's here.
USAG and MSU. How could you have let this happen?
The world watched Michigan State last winter.
MSU knows what they have coming.
President Luana K. Simon stepped down in January, and the university felt pressure to change how sexual assault is handled.
They did not want to know. They did not want to see.
Look now, and you'll find people working hard to fix the problems. Deborah Martinez is one of those people.
I really enjoy making a change.
Martinez is an investigator in the Office for Civil Rights and Title IX.
We're dealing with extremely serious issues involving sexual assault, relationship violence, stalking, and we want to be sensitive to the needs of everyone involved and make sure we're doing a thorough investigation.
The office has struggled to keep up with the number of reports it receives, but Interim Associate Vice President Robert Kent is changing that.
We've changed the makeup of the office a little bit. We've hired additional investigators. We have additional investigators externally.
2 years ago, the office brought in 718 reports, but last year, almost 1,200. And if you look deeper at those numbers, you'll see that after the Nassar testimony in January, through the growth of the Me Too movement in the spring, the office received 783 reports. That's more than the entire previous year. So Kent says there's a connection.
These numbers don't represent to me something that wasn't happening before. It's just that people are now feeling empowered and comfortable coming forward, being able to speak up, and we can help them.
And Martinez says that finally, the culture is changing here.
Michigan State now is being a place where we're telling people, talk about it. Bring us your issues. You don't have to be quiet about it anymore. Be vocal. We have resources. We have support. Tell us what happened so we can do something.
In East Lansing, I'm Michael Epps, Focal Point News.